Hi guys, so let's talk about what happened this week at the White House. I'm talking about the South African president who went to the White House to discuss important matters with the president of the United States. But Trump had other stuff in mind, okay? He and his DEI administration concocted a little plan to ambush the South African president, okay, who looked presidential, who looked professional, who looked like a head of state, who was intellectually smarter than Trump. No surprise there. So, Trump decided to ambush the guy, to humiliate himself, to make himself look like a fool by showing the South African president fake video and photos of deceased white farmers. Okay. So my video today is going to show you the lies that Trump and his administration are spreading about this thing called genocide, when we all know it's not a genocide, just because this guy doesn't know the meaning, the definition of the word genocide. But Victor from CNN is going to give him the definition. Okay. Without further ado, people, why don't we get right into the video, the clips, and see how all the lies Trump told the South African president, all of them are being debunked on this video. So watch till the end to find out the truth. Let's hear him.
People very well when we see there's a genocide going on. So if it's a genocide, that's terrible, and I happen to believe it could very well be.
Also, the definition of genocide is aimed at extermination, right? And so although there is violence in South Africa, there's violence against Black South Africans too. So when the president says that there is genocide, where is the evidence? The U.S. has not recognized officially genocide. The United Nations has not recognized genocide. And for the thousands of people who you say were let into this country who've been granted asylum, I'm talking under the Refugee Resettlement Program, which the president froze by executive order early in his administration. So,
all right, guys. So this woman, she is the assistant to the Secretary of Homeland Security. She is going to continue the genocide lie. Okay, so unfortunately for her, Victor is going to keep her honest. Okay, let's watch Victor school this woman.
That you are defending race-based discrimination. You are defending race-based violence.
I'm not defending race-based discrimination in any way. The president uses the term genocide. There is no genocide in South Africa. And frankly, it does a disservice to people in countries around the world who are facing genocide. In the Congo, in Sudan, those who faced it in Rwanda, and Bosnia, and Cambodia. So when the president says that there's genocide in South Africa, it does not exist. We should probably just start with that truth.
Okay, if you're going to allow me on your program, I'd like to speak.
You're
Again, we have granted asylum to 8,666 individuals since January 20th, regardless of color or creed. It is quite frankly disturbing to me that members of the media, including people who are on this very...
I bet y'all, of all the 8,000 she's talking about, there is no Black African on this included. None. Zero.
Network are trying to whitewash the facts and whitewash the fact that these individuals have faced discrimination, racial violence, the seizure of their land based on nothing but their skin color alone. This is the United States of America, a land of opportunity, and we will help those who are facing persecution from the government of South Africa.
So, you clearly are not going to acknowledge there's no genocide in South Africa.
Of course
what
not.
about the genocide in the Congo? Will there be this expedited path available to the Congolese and to the Sudanese who are facing actual genocide?
Oh, Victor! Let me answer that question for her, because I know exactly what I know exactly what she would like to tell you about that question. But of course, she has to be a little bit politically correct. So she's not going to tell you the real truth of what she truly believes. But I'm going to tell you exactly. So you're asking, how about the Congolese? How about the Sudanese? My question to you, Victor, how many bottles of bleach can you provide them? Huh? And Victor, can you make sure that they look like the South Africans, the white South Africans? Can you? Do you have enough money to buy them enough bleach to whiten themselves? Huh? That's the only way we can take these people in, Victor. Okay? Is this answer enough for you, Victor? But here is the fake answer she's going to give you, Victor.
Again, Victor, 8,666 individuals have been granted
You have a
asylum.
specific number on asylum. How many of those are from the Congo, from the Sudan?
I'm happy to come back next week and lay out all the single facts.
It is
Of course not. Of course there aren't. There aren't. We know there aren't. Anywho, now let's see how this guy is going to debunk Trump's lies about the pictures he was showing the South African President Ramaphosa. Let's watch this.
talking to a lot of people because, as I said after that meeting, based on my own reporting in this region and especially from 15 years in South Africa, a lot of what President Trump used to justify this persecution and murders of white farmers is just untrue. And this is another evidence. When I saw him hold up that picture, I thought it looked familiar. We now know,
So
and Reuters is confirming,
unprofessional.
that this picture of body bags is not from South Africa. It's actually from the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's from a mass burial in Goma, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, on February 3rd. And the Reuters video journalist Jafar Al-Katanti, who took that video, was surprised to see the president hold up that picture. It's a screen grab that links to a Reuters video from that day. It follows a big assault on that Goma city in the eastern DRC by rebels named M23, and that was the effect. A lot of people were killed on that day, the days before, and this was a mass burial that was carried out by the International Committee of the Red Cross, and Reuters were the only news organization that were allowed in to film that. So this picture does not depict the deaths of white farmers in South Africa, as President Trump led President Ramaphosa to believe. I wonder.
Now, another liar, Caroline Levitt. Look at her. She looks angry. I've never ever want to see anyone talking about angry black women because maybe you should look at her, Caroline, and look at Megyn Kelly. Yeah, that's angry. Anyhow, let's watch her continue the lie that is genocide. Even though the pictures, the video Trump was showing have been debunked, but Caroline is still lying about it.
Why did the president choose
What's
to show
not
that?
true, Amy?
It's not true. The video was showing a burial site. It is unsubstantiated that that's the case.
No, it is true that video showed the crosses that represent
Which is what the president claimed.
the video showed images of crosses in South Africa about white farmers who have been killed and politically persecuted because of the color of their skin.
The president
And those
claimed
crosses
that
are
it was showing
representing
the
their
color.
lives. Those
Yup. All right, guys. So now the next clip is going to debunk the video that Trump was showing the South African president. You're going to find out about the origin of that video that Trump was lying about. Yeah, let's watch this.
Keeping it honest, it's not what President Trump said yesterday. Let's listen to what he actually said.
These are burial sites right here. Burial sites, over 1,000 of white farmers, and those cars are lined up to pay love on a Sunday morning. Each one of those white things you see is a cross, and there's approximately 1,000 of them. They're all white farmers, the family of white farmers. And those cars aren't driving, they're stopped there to pay respects to their family member who was killed. and it's a terrible sight. I've never seen anything like it. Those people were all killed.
Have they told you where that is, Mr. President? No, I'd like to know where that is, because this I've never seen.
I mean, it's in South Africa.
Well, the South African president there at the end asking where
Because
the burial site is.
he knows
because they've never
better than
seen
the
it,
South African
because it does not
president.
exist. It's not a burial ground. It's video from 5 years ago of a visual created after a white farming couple was robbed and murdered. That was a tragedy, as is any murder, and the people actually who killed them were convicted of it. It was not ignored. The killing shook the Afrikaner community, and a neighbor of the couple erected the crosses to honor them and other farmers who had been killed across South Africa. It's not a burial site, he told the BBC today, the person who made this memorial. It was a memorial. It was not a permanent memorial that was erected. It was a temporary memorial.
So there you have it, people. All the Trump lies have been debunked. There is no genocide, as Trump was trying to gaslight the world that there is a genocide going on. And people, from 1990 to 2025, how many white farmers have been killed? 1,000. Okay? 1,000. And I'm not saying just because it's 1,000, it's okay. Of course, it's not okay. Of course, it is a tragedy. Of course, it is sad. And I feel bad for them, for their families. But for Trump to trying to gaslight us with the world that it is a genocide, when real genocides are going on in Rwanda, in Congo, in Gaza, and you are comparing 1,000 people dying from 1990 to 2025 as a genocide, it's just ridiculous. Period. Now, people, I still want to give Trump the benefit of the doubt, saying that while he was lying, but he didn't know he was telling a lie, because the people that surround him are lying to him. That is what's going on. They are lying to Trump. These photos, this video were taken from a right-wing website. Yup, a shady right-wing website. This is where these photos and video were taken. And Trump's for a DEI administration, I'm talking about DEI, Stephen Miller, DEI, Elon Musk, told him that genocide is happening, white people are dying, and he believes them. This is what's going on. Trump believes them because he's gullible. What do you want me to tell you? He's gullible. He's 80 years old. He's not going to do some research. His brain is not properly functioning. He is intellectually limited. So, yeah. Anywho, guys, I wanted to share this video with you to show you that this video, these pictures were all fake. There is no genocide going on in South Africa. Okay, people? Okay. Anywho, if you like this video, I'm asking you to, of course, like it, subscribe, and comment. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.